All right, joining us now on Drive the Lane, Joey's former teammate, Ohio State basketball captain, and one hell of a good dude, Kyle Young. Kyle, welcome to your first edition of Drive the Lane.
Appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
I had to jump through so many hoops to get my own former teammate on to this show. Shout out to Wally. I hope he's listening. We've had Holtman on. We haven't had a player yet, though. We've had Dockich. That doesn't count. So, Kyle, how honored are you to be the first current Ohio State basketball player on the show?
Joe, I'm very honored. I'm not going to lie. You know you're my guy, so I appreciate it.
Kyle, you seem just absolutely thrilled, and with good reason, because we personally think we're one of the best shows in America. When you first got that call that you were coming on Drive the Lane, what was going through your mind?
I was going to say I was a little hesitant, but I'm just joking. No, I was excited. I was excited for sure.
All right, Kyle, we want to get to the fun stuff, like stories between you and me and stuff about the team that people care about. But first, we got to ask you the stuff that people are interested in, right? So you don't have these answers, but, what has it been like to be in this new age where college athletes are wearing masks and not seeing people? Like, has it just been so weird?
Yeah, no, I mean, starting back in March, like when we first got the news that we weren't going to be playing against Purdue in the Big Ten tournament, it was kind of like, at first it was a shock, and then, more and more stuff started unfolding. And now we're here, months later. So with all the protocols we've had to go through, like going in the gym, not being able to lift with as many people, wear your masks around, can't really work out in the practice gym with that many people either. Like team workouts have been limited. Obviously online classes now is a big one I'm kind of trying to get used to. But I mean, yeah, it's super weird. Everyone's, experiencing this at the same time. So I'm sure everyone's going through similar things.
Well, when the season ended, which was weird, the whole thing was weird, but, Wessons are gone. There's some new guys coming in. So the team that is going to open this next season is going to look a lot different than the team that was getting ready to play Purdue in the Big Ten tournament. So curious, early impressions of the new guys and the new team. What can you give us?
I mean, all great dudes. We've already got along really well. The chemistry's there. Like I said, with team workouts, we haven't been able to all necessarily work out together. So I haven't seen much from, a bunch of the new guys. Obviously, we got Justice. Justice is able to play this year. And, we were able to see what he could do during practices last year. So I'm sure we'll get a better feel once we start bringing guys together. But right now it's just individual workouts, guys working on their own.
How have the workouts been with Q? Because Q is the strength coach, for those of you who don't know. Because that's like the only thing where you guys can kind of all be together, it seems like. How has that been? When you guys are outside or whatever, how's that been?
Yeah, no, I mean, we've had two separate groups. So we'll have like a morning group and then a group later on, just because schedules are all different. But, Q workouts are great, like always. We're working out hard. It's going to pay off. So, we always enjoy the time we get with him.
What's for me, just to humor me. Hey, Justin, what's up, buddy? Just to humor me, what has been, and Justin, you can answer this too if you can hear me.
I got my AirPods in. You can't hear.
Yeah. Well, what has been the funniest for me? What do you think's the funniest thing you guys have done? Where you're like, God, if Joey was doing this, he wouldn't make it through this one.
Honestly, I could say that about a lot of the workouts we've already done this year. No, I would say the sleds, just because I don't even like sleds myself, and I know you never enjoyed them. So we've gotten up pretty early a few times and done some sled workouts, which have been tough.
Oh man, what I would do to not go back again.
Kyle, every year you hear about players like this guy added 10 pounds of muscle, this guy lost 550 pounds, and now he only weighs 1 pound and eats an almond a day. So I'm curious, what type of transformation are we going to see from you? What's the new and improved Kyle Young looking like?
Have you seen a picture of him, Andrew?
I'm curious if they're going to be like, oh, this year his muscles are a full circle longer if you wrap the tape around or something like that.
The first thing you'll probably notice is I got a lot more tattoos. So my arms pretty inked up. But no, I've definitely put on weight. I've lost body fat. So you'll definitely probably, I mean, hopefully you'll be able to notice my physique has changed a little bit because we've been working out hard. So yeah.
The latest video, we're recording this on Tuesday. I think this morning, Ohio State Hoops on Twitter released a video of them running up some hill. I don't know, some workout that I'm glad I'm not there for again. But Kyle looks like a freaking Greek god in the tank top that looks like it would fit a small child, but instead Kyle's wearing it. And you mentioned that he lost body fat. I mean, we've had discussions not on the air where he talks about specifics and stuff. But Kyle, do you think that the muscles will get in the way of you doing anything on the court? Because you look gigantic right now.
No, that's why we've been really trying to, keep my athleticism up, which my legs are feeling great, everything. I've also really been working on my shot really consistently. So I've been shooting it really well this summer. So hopefully add that to my game and then still be able to, obviously be able to play inside.
So I just pulled up the video as Joey said this. Holy shit, you look good, man. You look phenomenal. So keep it up.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
So you might be ripping your own jersey on purpose this year to try to intimidate the other team instead of
you might rip it putting it on. That's what it looks like.
Nah.
Have you heard from
I'm not that big. The video exaggerated it.
No, sure.
You heard from the equipment staff that they may try to give you like a metal jersey or something like that so you can't rip?
No, nothing like that.
But what you should do is you should throw some Vaseline on either your arms or the jersey, right? So that because I know you get cut more than anyone else also. So it could, I don't know, just make you a little slippery. Like a little
that would be very uncomfortable to play with the whole game.
And super illegal probably.
And probably very illegal.
So I don't mean to make you upset by asking this question, but we really haven't talked to a player that was not able to finish their season since it all kind of went down. How quickly did you go from I'm kind of just curious. Did you have moments of, all right, this sucks, we're not going to play, and then were you like, wait, there might be some hope, we might actually get to play? So what? Take us through kind of that next 72 hours from the announcement of the cancellation of the Big Ten tournament to when maybe you were like, all right, we're done.
Yeah, no, at first, we kind of heard rumors. We were seeing Twitter, which we probably should have stayed off Twitter. Rumors that it was going to get canceled. But, once we heard the news, I guess we were just all in shock. At first, it was like, wow, we're really not going to be able to play. And then we obviously had hope for the NCAA tournament, and then found out not too long after that was canceled as well. So a lot of my disappointment was coming for Dre and Danny. Those were my two roommates last year. So seeing how, upset they were, I mean, we were all very upset, but, that was their last, chance to play in an Ohio State uniform. So that was probably the tough part. But, we had to flip a switch quick and, be able to, we went back to quarantine first for a few months, but being able to come back this summer and kind of have a different approach, not really knowing what was going to happen, new protocols, stuff changing every week, getting tested for COVID. So it was very different, but early on we were definitely very disappointed.
So now you're the big bad senior, right? How?
Yeah, man.
It's weird for me because you're my freshman. It's so weird. I remember the day you came on campus. I had to go buy you Bibby Bop and stuff. I mean, I remember it was yesterday. But
is that legal?
Yeah. I did it for him and Dockage, bro. I was like, welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome to the team.
Nice little friendly date. It was a nice little friendly date.
So, but it's got to be weird for you, right? You've been through everything at Ohio State. I've been through everything, but not a pandemic. Now you've been through literally everything. What is it? What are the emotions of going into your senior year?
It's crazy because it felt like it went very fast. Obviously, time flies, but like you said, I still remember first day being on campus, eating with y'all, So just like now, the fact that I just graduated and I'm playing my last year like with Ohio State is like blowing my mind. But I'm ready for it and excited to see what comes.
I know it's been different because, like, my senior year, like, we're all together all the time. I get to scream at you guys, like, when we're doing conditioning because we're all together, like, and you get to, like, show that you are the leader, right? Like, has it been weird? Because first of all, we have different personalities, but also not being able to be around everyone, whether it was because the freshmen couldn't come till later or because you're only working out 3 or 4 guys at a time. Has it been weird to kind of, like, lead the team, so to speak?
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, even last year I tried to take, an extra step, being more of a leader, being more vocal. Obviously, Dre and the older guys led the way, but this year too, it's definitely been weird. Like I said, like our chemistry's there. We all enjoy hanging around each other, when we can, and for the groups we are in, I'm just trying to be as encouraging as possible. Seeing like similar things that I was going through as a freshman. Getting used to weights and conditioning and team workouts and all that stuff. So just trying to be there to give those guys advice and help them along the way too.
Kyle, I got your Rivals profile pulled up. 2 things I noticed right away. 1, congrats on your glow up.
I still have so many pictures of Kyle from high school saved on my phone, bro. I would just send pictures to Kyle whenever I found them. Oh shoot, sorry.
Yeah, we're gonna keep those in your phone.
Yeah, no. Don't worry.
Well, I don't know how accurate or up to date or inaccurate this is, but this said you had 23 offers. Is that a record?
That's correct.
That might be a record. That's
not.
Oh, I don't know. No.
Well, it might be a record because it's such a like normally like the crazy 5 stars aren't getting the Charlotte, High Point, Old Dominion offers. So that I'm telling you, 23 is probably up towards the top amount because there's a lot of guys that are potentially higher recruits that are only getting 8 or 9. And it's the 8 or 9 guys that think they're going to go there.
I always forget that you are a college basketball recruiting analyst. I always forget that you know so much about the college recruiting scene.
Well, I actually did work for Rivals in college. No big deal. But I would say I would put up 23 offers against anyone else on your team and say that you have the most offers on anyone on the Ohio State team. Guaranteed.
Yeah, no, we haven't discussed it. I mean, I might have to ask. I don't know, to be honest with you.
You know who I think might have more? Luther. He probably had
more. Yeah, probably.
He went on like 8 official visits and like,
Luther.
I think you only get 5, but yeah.
I know.
Awesome.
How are you looking it up, Zoltan?
15. Boom. Not even close.
Wow. All right. Well, that's interesting.
How about an apology, Joey?
No. Kyle agrees with me. There's someone with more than 23, and that's no knock on Kyle. That's just like Chicago State offers 25 kids a year. Like, there's no way that that those guys don't have more than 25 offers. Like Jimmy Soto's probably had more than 23 coming out of high school because he's from my area. So just saying, whatever. That's a great question though, Andrew. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Kyle, I got to ask you this because there's been a torch that's been passed for generations of Ohio State Buckeyes. It started with Aaron Kraft. It eventually made its way to me, and now it's you as the how the hell is this guy still in college guy. Are you prepared for people to go, oh, man, I forgot Kyle Young was still in college? Are you ready for that?
Yeah, for sure. I got to come out and make some noise. That's about it.
You know what I mean, though. Like, people,
I know.
It's not quite like Perry Ellis. Like, that dude literally seemed like he was in school forever. But there's always a guy in Ohio State that people – and it's – unfortunately, it's a white guy all the time. But,
I've only been here 3 years, Smoke. Like –
I know, and Aaron Kraft was only there 4. I was only there 4, but going into that 4th year, and you graduated, so people are going to be like, oh, he graduated, but he's still here? Like, what is going on? So, I'm just saying, you are the next in line, and you're probably going to pass it to Justin. So, that's just how it works, because people are going to be like, Justin had 29 against Iowa his freshman year. That feels like it was forever ago. No, that was 3 years ago. That's just That's what she's
Yeah.
I feel like we
Yeah,
were in
no, I
high
see.
school when Justin had 29 against Iowa.
Exactly.
You
Now
weren't even on the team, Joey.
exactly. Now you get what I'm saying. First of all, what's funny about that game is I went in at the end because we were up by, of course, if Justin scores 29, we're going to win by 1,000. So I was in at the end of the game, and I drove, which was crazy. Me taking dribbles is crazy, but I drove and kicked it to him in the corner. He's wide open. Hits him in the chest, and he drops it, and turnover.
I remember.
That was his chance for 30, bro. That was
I remember.
that's sad. Almost as good as when you – did you throw it out of bounds, Kyle?
Yeah. I threw it to Dockage, who was standing up on the bench.
Zolan,
Definitely thought he was in the game.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, though, because you're probably trying to find me. That's why you're throwing it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I think you were over that way somewhere.
Exactly.
I was just going for it.
All right, I guess that's a good segue. Oh, no, go ahead, Zolden.
Well, I was just going to ask if you have and this is a two-part question, a Joey moment and a general moment in your time at Ohio State so far, all 30 years, that sticks out more than the rest.
I feel like I have a lot of Joey moments. I'd have to think about that one. I might have to ask you for some suggestions, Joe.
Well, me and Kyle spent an entire year straight together, basically, whether it was we were roommates on the road almost every single time. We sat next to each other on the bench in every single game. In practice, Kyle played and I didn't, so that didn't really work out. But other than that, we were together like all the time, whether Kyle liked it or not. There's a few that off the top of my head I would share, but I want Kyle to tell the stories because he's the guest. It's not fun for Kyle for him to listen.
I could talk about the caffeine story. That's a pretty funny one.
That's a good one.
What game was that before? We were at PK80, right?
Yeah, I think it was before we played Stanford. The only game we won.
Yeah, so before the Stanford game, I had these like sports energy drinks kind of, but they had like caffeine in them, try to get you hyped up for the game. And Joe asked me if he could have some. So I was like, yeah, sure. Like only drink half of this though, because I don't think Joe had ever drank caffeine a day in his life after what happened. I gave him the drink and we're going through warm-ups and like his eyes, you could just see like got super big. And like, he looks at me and he's like, Kyle, I don't know what's happening. I'm like, what do you mean? And I look down and like, he's like, my hands are shaking. And then we get to the bench and we're sitting on the bench and he's looking at me and I'm just watching his hands and his hands just won't stop shaking. He keeps moving his legs. But I think eventually by halftime it kind of calmed down. But you were bad for a little bit.
Yeah, I just remember, first of all, like, I was dunking the shit out of the ball in warm-ups. Like, I was juiced up. That first, 15 minutes of taking it, I felt like I was Superman. Like, it was awesome. But then once we got on the bench and, like, the adrenaline wore off and, like, now we're just sitting there watching the game, like, I full-on had the shakes. Like, Kyle was exactly right. Like, my hands were shaking. I was, like, looking at Jeff, our trainer, next to me. I'm like, Dietz, like, I don't know what's going on.
It was just from some caffeine. I felt so bad, bro.
It wasn't your fault, but we won the game. So I was like, Kyle, I have to do this for every game now. And you're like, bro, I can't let you do that again.
No,
never had the caffeine.
Not a chance.
That was insane because you know why that's funny is this past weekend, Memorial Day weekend or Labor Day weekend, I golfed. And one of the days we had a really early tee time. And the guys were going to Starbucks. So I was like, sure, I'll get Starbucks. Like, but I don't drink coffee. I don't do caffeine. That doesn't, as you know, it doesn't sit well with me. And but it was really early tea time, and I didn't sleep well the night before, so I was like, all right, just I'll have like whatever, like a milkshake basically with some coffee in it. So
yeah,
I had it, and by the time it was an hour drive to the course, like I was fine. It woke me up, and then we get there, and by like hole 4, I had the full on shakes again, bro. My heart. The craziest thing, Zoltan, do you drink coffee?
It was one of the things I cut out, but I used to.
Okay, yeah. So like my heart, I was like, I'm not this nervous to play golf. Like there's no way I'm this nervous to play golf. And then I was like, oh, it's the caffeine, bro. I'm literally going insane. Just crazy. So note to self, don't do coffee. I don't do it.
No more caffeine.
No. Oh man. The only other story I can think of And this is we'll give the PG version of it. I lived down the street from Kyle, his freshman, sophomore year. And he was always over. We were always hanging out, so he knew where I lived, And so one night, just hanging out with my roommates. Kyle has become really good friends with all my roommates by now. We're just hanging out. It's late. I don't even know what day of the week it is. It's late at night, though, maybe 10:30, 11. And I don't even hear a knock at the door. I just hear the door swing open, and out comes this 6'7", gigantic guy, just a blur, and he just starts beating my ass out of nowhere. And sure enough, who is it? It's Kyle Young. Just coming.
You exaggerated the beating you up part. I don't think I did nothing too bad to you. I just wanted to surprise you. You feel me?
You just came in and said, Joey, I could really beat your ass right now if I wanted to.
Yeah, no, that was definitely a funny night. I'm not gonna lie.
Kyle, the coffee story made me think of something. Do you have any weird things that you do before every game? What's the word, Joey? Superstitions. Do you have any weird superstitions that you do, maybe even before every practice game, anything like that?
So last year I kind of picked up on I always had to have a coffee before the games. I would leave with dockets every time and go get coffee. So that was our routine. But then just another thing I do is praying before every game. So we say we have some time by ourselves before we go out, and I always make sure I pray before I get on the court.
What about? Let's get into some quick fire questions. What is more enjoyable for you? An alley-oop dunk or pinning someone off the backboard?
Alley-oop dunk.
I agree.
Should I elaborate?
No. You don't need to elaborate. I agree. I think I like to alley-oop dunk more than I like to pin people on the backboard as well.
Who is going to be the biggest help for the team this year? New addition. That could be someone that didn't play last year but was on the team also.
I don't like picking people, but I said, I haven't really seen the new guys in full action yet, so it's hard to speak on any of them. Obviously, I know how good of a career Seth's had, so we're super excited to have him and see what he can do for us, and super excited for Justice as well. Being able to practice with him last year and have him on scout team made us better every day. So having to guard someone that highly skilled, so I'm definitely excited for them.
How about who makes the biggest jump this year? So a guy who's on the team, who makes the biggest jump?
Mm-hmm. Biggest jump. I would say, 10, J.A. He's going to have a huge jump. He's been working his butt off. Another guy, I'm going to name off everybody on the team.
You can name it. I'm almost laughing at the fact that people still call him 10 and J.A. I just can't believe that.
Because, I could mention Dwayne, CJ, EJ. EJ's going to, you saw what he did last year. All the guys for real. I just think, this summer was huge for us. We ramped it up, everybody's bought in 100%, and, we know what we want to do. So I think hopefully, we can surprise some people this year and show them some things.
Kyle, can you make us a promise that after your first 12-plus scoring game, you'll call us right after and we can get a 5-minute recap interview with you?
Yeah, we can do that.
I'm trying to think of some other questions that'll make you feel uncomfortable.
Well, we know how we got to wrap it up, Joe.
Oh, yeah, no, that's easy. But let's see, what else? How about this? If you're on a desert island, you can only bring 2 teammates. Current teammates. I'm not included. Can't take me. I know, and probably wouldn't want me, but can't take me anyway. Who are you taking? Got to be 2.
I got to be smart about this because I need to pick some resourceful guys. I'm sorry, I'm not going to go with Justin.
That's a good answer.
Wow, this is tough. I'm going with Harrison as one person for sure, Hookfin.
Why?
Just because, I don't know. I feel like he's got all his stuff together. He's just a very smart kid.
He's a smart, put-together guy. You're right. I agree.
Very smart, put-together guy. I'm not saying anybody else isn't, but he's up there.
But you're not. But you're not saying that.
Don't do that. Who else? I would like to say probably. Wow, this is tough.
I didn't think that would be this hard.
Yeah. EJ or Justice.
Okay. I was thinking Musa, because that guy.
Oh my gosh. How do I forget about Moose?
I don't know, bro.
Yes,
I was
Musa.
Musa.
Harrison and Moose. Harrison and Moose. Those are my two.
Moose because that dude would know what every plant was and like.
I was about to say that if Moose, you listen to this, I'm sorry,
He
but
won't.
definitely you and Harry.
Don't worry, he won't listen to it.
Botanist?
What'd you say?
Is he a botanist?
Oh, I didn't hear it.
No,
Then he knows every plant.
He's just a weirdo.
Joey, I think we know we're going to get some good questions out of it. So you should intro that.
Yeah, Kyle. So we'll let you go. Last thing that we do with every guest, and we're expecting big things from you for this last little segment. We give you the floor. We let you ask us questions.
Wow.
Flip the script a little bit. I know you wanted to be prepped. I'm sorry I left this out. But
Yeah, you didn't loop me in on this one.
no, I'm sorry. Any questions that you have for us, you have for me, you have for Andrew, we're happy to answer them. We are not members of a specific university or program, so we don't have to be political in our answers. We can give you answers. Just you can hit us with anything.
How many questions you want?
As many as you want. Floor is yours.
Or
Wow.
as little as you want. The floor is yours.
So up until now, I'm going to get like some serious ones, and then I'll try to think of maybe a funny one or two.
All right,
Up until now, who's been your most like enjoyable guest? You don't like, not including me, most enjoyable guest on the show.
I mean, last week we had Urban, so that's kind of a tough. But we had a lot.
That wasn't like the most enjoyable though, in my opinion. It was awesome, not the most enjoyable.
Yeah, I think I have two answers for that. I actually have three answers. Joey Molinaro was the funniest.
That's number one. That was the hardest I've laughed. Do you know who that is, Kyle? Joey Molinaro?
Yeah, I didn't know you guys had him on the show.
Yeah, before he blew up, we're not the reason, but we just got in the early stages of his stardom. And I literally was, Zoltan can tell you, like I was not a hater, but I was a non-believer. I was like, we're a sports podcast. Why do we want an impressionist? But he was so unbelievably funny. I was laughing. I had to cover the mic. I was laughing so hard.
Yeah, and then we had Adam Amin, who like knew everything about everything. Like we actually talked football, basketball, college football, and like literally every topic with him. So that was cool because we went back and forth with him. And then we had Dan Dockett-John. And he yelled at Joey. So that was one of my favorite moments.
That was tough, Kyle. This was back in my days where I was definitely not meant for journalism because I was messing up my questions and stuff the way I worded them, and he just killed me because he holds no prison. So
it was so good.
It was very funny. I think Fran Fraschilla was very awesome too. I loved Fran because we were just talking shop about hoops the whole time. That was really fun. So those are some of them, Kyle. Those are our faves.
That's awesome. Okay, I got to think of some more now. Let me think here.
You want to know a podcasting secret?
Yeah.
So you can ask a question and then just be like, "Oh wow, that's great, cool," while you're thinking.
Yeah, don't even listen.
Or you're thinking, but you're like just throwing out, like you said, like buzzwords. You're just like, "Oh man, like I totally get where you're coming from," but really, you don't even know what you're saying. You're just thinking about the question. Or
you hear the guest will say like, "Yeah," and Coach Holtman, you'll be like, "Oh wow, Holtman, wow." You know, make it seem like you're really
getting, no.
You're really just getting ready for that next question.
And if you keep saying this is my last question, then you could just keep asking a last question over and over again. And what we're doing right now is we're being great hosts by buying you time to think of another question.
Exactly. So with that being said, I don't know, another serious question maybe. What are your predictions on what's about to happen with Big Ten in the next few months.
For football?
Football, basketball, whatever.
Basketball, we're team bubble, where you guys are going to play in a bubble. That's what we think. You guys are going to be in a bubble.
Okay.
We're coming in.
Whatever that means.
Ohio State needs to bring us in as like the bubble boys. But we just
Yeah.
do exclusive content with you guys. That'd be so fun.
Yeah, no,
Maybe not for you guys. It'd be fun. So football, we have no clue. We should be because we are Sir Yacht believers. If you know who that guy is on Twitter, that gets all the fake sources.
He just
Oh, yeah.
He'll just tweet out, sources tell me, and then he'll just say some bullshit. He'll just be like, sources tell me all the Ohio State presidents had coffee this morning together in a Denny's, and they came to the conclusion that the season will start October 10th. Like, he'll just – and everyone will believe it because he said, sources tell me.
But we are team bubble, and that makes me think of a good question for you. If you were to be bubbled for any period of time, what's something that you would be like, this has to be in the bubble for me to want to go there and play?
UFC.
I have been playing a lot of UFC recently. I don't know. I'm not like big into video games though, so like I don't think it would be video games. I don't know. I don't really have anything else like materialistic stuff. I couldn't give you much on that.
I mean, it is hard because like everyone's first answer will be like some sort of like, you know, video game or video game system. Like if you don't play video games, you know, like you would need a ping pong table or whatever. You know what I mean? Like that's, but that's neither here nor there. You're gonna be. I really do think you guys are gonna be in a bubble, which is hilarious. I just.
Yeah,
you guys
that'd
are
be
already in
very
a bubble.
interesting.
So.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
All right.
All right. Next question. Last question. Yeah, last question.
Sorry. I'm taking the host reins back.
Why are you taking the reins back? It's crazy.
I'm taking the host reins back. Last question for me. Do you have any more questions for us?
Yeah, I got one more question. Just a fun one. I would say, do you guys have a celebrity crush that you would like to put that out there? I know
Kyle,
Joey's got.
Do you remember my celebrity crush, Kyle?
Yeah, I want you to announce it though.
Oh yeah. Zoldan, get ready to clip this. Let me fix my hair so that in case she sees it when we post it on Twitter. My celebrity crush is Allie Raisman, the former Team USA women's gymnastic gold medalist. Not only is she beautiful and she's athletic, a great person, huge in the community and standing up for what she believes in, which is just incredible and remarkable and a character trait that I would want in my future kids. And obviously, you know, with a life partner, you're hoping to. Right, exactly.
Hey, shoot your shot, Joe. Shoot your shot. I like it.
No, I mean, like, and on top of all that, you know, she's Jewish. So, I mean, it takes it up another notch.
Wow,
so
yeah,
that's my
definitely for you.
crush. She's been my celebrity crush since, like, my senior year in high school, too. It's pretty wild.
Yeah, that's
Mine
great.
is Ariana Grande.
No.
No hesitation.
Simple, boo.
You gonna boo him?
Ariana Grande. But I am on record saying this many times, probably on our show many times, Joey. I called it years ago when she was on, like, that Victorious show. I said, this redhead, Ariana Grande, she's going to be something. And the proof is my mom got me a magazine that she's on the cover. It was like a teen choice something that she was on the cover from, like, 2013. That's my proof. I have it all in. Kyle, back to you. Who's yours?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna announce that.
Right.
That question was for y'all. That question was for y'all.
Right.
No, I don't.
They're not gonna be fans this year. They're not going to be, like, taunting you with it. You can tell us.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely had told Joe that answer, but I don't really have one as of now.
Well, with that new body, you could get anyone you want. So just know your confidence should be sky high right now.
Oh, I'm weak.
Yeah,
That's hilarious.
Allie Raisin's gonna look at me and go, "How is this kid an athlete? How am I gonna raise my kids with this guy? He went from 10% body fat to 20. It's crazy."
Hey, you'll be all right, Joe. I'm glad you shot your shot, though.
Yeah, never forget when Coach Q told me, he's like, "Oh yeah, I have a connection to Allie Raisman," and I was like, "Okay," and he never helped the boy out, man. So.
Oh, jeez.
No, we were
Right,
guys.
Before we start talking about even weirder stuff, we appreciate you coming on. We're going to have you on again, like we said, you know, maybe close to the season, maybe after your triple-double on opening night that we're predicting and manifesting. So looking forward to having you on.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Thank you guys for having me. It was fun.
You're the man. Thanks, buddy.
Yes, sir.